Raise it up for the May babies. First of the month, we got a whole bird stage. Hey, we gon' get it in today. Y'all listen carefully to what the fuck we got to say. Check it. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. If y'all don't know what this is the Raw. The Mimi and the Lump Show. The Mimi and the Lump Show.
That's it.
I gotta first off, I need all you guys to come with me on it, and let's wish Mimi a happy birthday.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you, everybody out there that has text, called, Facebook me, and sent me messages. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Birthday cards are gifted and needed.
Absolutely.
Gift cards too.
Any type of love you show me is great. Makes me think I'm on your mind, and I like it.
You so funny.
Silly boy.
How you doing, sis?
I'm all right. I'm here. I'm alive.
Yes.
That's all I can say. I'm glad to be alive.
Of course.
To see another year. I'm old, guys. But it's okay.
Not older than dirt, but you old.
I'm pretty close to it. I'm dust. Dirt and dust. There it is.
What's new?
A lot of stuff. There's been a lot of going on in the world today.
Yes.
Not just karate, but just in the world. I don't even know where to start. I know you have a few things we had actually went over a little bit. We were going to talk about.
We definitely did.
But go ahead. Let's start wherever you want to. I'm ready. Let's see how we can hold these emotions.
Yes. So guys, y'all bear with me because I may get a little frustrated and a little attitude.
Absolutely.
It's just the passion that I'm speaking with. Don't take it to harm unless you being foul on what I'm speaking on.
Absolutely.
But I first want to say that parents, please start doing background checks, male or female, on the person that you're trying to have a relationship with, be with, marry, however you want to do it.
Anyone you want to bring into your children's life.
Yes. Background check. Pay the fucking $1 to check their background to find out.
Pay 10. You can do 10.
Oh, yeah. Pay
expensive.
It. It's worth it. It's really worth it. Yesterday we got some disturbing news down here in Houston, Texas. I'll start with that one first. 16-year-old young lady, stepfather had decided to murder her.
Held her hostage.
Maybe you can go ahead on that. I may get a little.
Okay.
I know you got more of the detail of.
Absolutely, because I wanted to know what the details were, and I wanted to know about this situation because with everything going on in the world, you really don't know. You have some teens and kids out there doing harm, and you also have adults. So when the situation first transpired, I wasn't exactly sure, and I wanted to get details and find out what this was about. She's a 16-year-old young lady here in Houston on the north side of Houston, 1960, and
Lee Road,
not Reed, Lee Road. This had to be Wednesday or Thursday of this week. She was at home with her stepfather. Her mother was at work in Austin, and her older sister lived outside of the house, or let me say wasn't home at the time, because I'm not sure if she lived there or if she didn't. Well, the young lady first called her mother in a desperate manner and was saying that the stepfather was being weird. He wasn't letting her leave the house. He was doing, weird things. And when I say weird things, that's exactly what she said. It wasn't like she gave specific details. She was afraid. He wouldn't let her leave. And she kept telling her mother, he's being weird. He's doing weird things. He's trying to do weird things. I don't know what's going on with him. So the mother was so far away. She called the older sister and asked her to go over and check on the younger sister. Well, the older sister called the younger sister and was on the phone. And I believe they said they were FaceTiming for a short period of time. And as she's talking to her, she's giving her somewhat of the same descriptions about the stepfather. He was being weird. He was this, but the older sister said she could see that she was like scared being on FaceTime, she could actually see her face. Well, she told the older sister, please come and get me because he won't let me leave. And then that's when she said he has a gun, or he has a gun to my head, or has a gun out, something to where she was afraid of it and she saw it. I don't know exactly that part of the story and the details, but I will find out. So the sister jumps in her car, and on the way there, I'm not sure if the mother or the sister called the police, but they called the police, and the police was en route at the same time as the older sister was en route to the house. The older sister, in her statement, said when she jumped out of the car, she's running up to the door, also with the police, are running up to the door. And as they to the house. And as they're getting closer to the house, they hear 2 gunshots. And then the police stopped the older sister, from going in, and they rushed in. And as they rush in, the stepfather is coming out of the house with his pants down and his hands, pulling up his pants and telling the police, do what you have to do. When they found this young lady, she had 2 gunshots to her head and her pants were down. And that was the most touching part. He was arrested, of course. The young lady did not survive the 2 gunshots. When I saw the mother, her interview or her statement on the news, she said that she had been with this gentleman for 5 years, meaning that the little girl that he had just murdered, he was in her life from age 11 to age 16. And for whatever reasons, he killed this young lady. That was what I saw and could report from the news. But my brother here, Mr. MacGyver, on every level, he went and he found the arraignment, the court. He wasn't in court himself. He's an older gentleman, let me say that. 60, 65 years old. He's an older guy. And he and his lawyer had said that he had some health complications. So he wasn't actually there himself, but he had his attorney there. And when they started to read off the details of the story, and also the findings of what they had just found in the early part of this investigation, they didn't necessarily say and charge him with any type of sexual assault, but the details that they had given was that the young lady was found murdered with her pants down around her ankles, and the arresting officers said as they were going into the house and he was exiting the house, he was pulling up his pants. So my thought, and again, I don't know anything more than what they've said. My thought and my assumption is that he was molesting this little girl. My daughter is 11. And I'm not saying that the mother did anything wrong, because I don't know the details of their relationship. I don't know how they met. I don't know any of that. I do know that they were together for 5 years. And for 5 years, or being with someone for 5 years, you know them. You may not know every little detail, but you have learned, gained, and acknowledged mannerisms, details, habits, thoughts, beliefs. You have a very good impression of that person. And especially if you're in that intimate relationship, you understand that person in a manner. I would think, and I don't know don't know any details, but for this to happen at this extreme, at this moment, this week, on that day, that wasn't something that just had happened randomly. If you were to see the picture that they posted of the young lady, the 16-year-old, she's a beautiful. little girl, or not little, young lady. Teenager. She was absolutely beautiful, had her whole life ahead of her. She wanted to go into military and do law enforcement, and she wanted to do things. She had a future. She had she had ideas, she had goals. There were things she wanted to do. And my point in saying that is, if you know that much about that young lady, and if again, I don't know if this was going on or what happened or anything like this, this is just my assumption or my thought as to what I know now. There had to be some sign that he was doing something that he wasn't supposed to with this young lady. The mother said in her interview also that she doesn't think anything her daughter did deserved her to lose her life. And I truly believe that, because again, in some ways she's still a child and he was a grown ass man, a grandfather, if you really want to know the truth. 60, 65 years old, that's grandparent status. For him to kill that little girl and even hold her hostage meant that there was something going on. And even to find them or her first in the manner they did, and himself also, there was something going on. There's not a way that you can look at someone and tell that they're a sex offender or a robber or a mean person. There's no way to tell physically by looking at anyone that they are this way or they are that way. But I do believe that there are certain signs, red flags,
intuition,
all of that. And if you don't see any, and that means that person is that good, or even it's a good person, that none of this has happened, I believe there still should be some type of background check. And I'm saying that, number one, because I'm single now and I have 2 daughters. And even when I go out and I hang out and I meet people, and I don't bring anyone around my children. And that's just because in general, my family was very private as far as staying home. It was just basically family and close friends. And I'm not saying things like that can't happen, that it's close to home, because that's, that can and will happen. I'm speaking from the aspect of bringing a man into your relationship, and women too, for men that, both ways. To bring someone into your children's life that you don't know or you met and you're trying to build with. I think that everyone should go into depth in finding out more about that person. I'm sorry that happened to the young lady. I'm sorry it happened to her family, but I believe that man deserves the death penalty. And I'm not one to judge people and say you deserve to die, you deserve to live. But when you hurt children, when you do something in the manner and the method,
you take away their innocence.
That was my next statement. Children are innocent. They know nothing other than what they're taught, a learned behavior. And for anyone to do anything to a child, I believe you don't belong in prison for the rest of your life, because that child has to deal with it for the rest of their lives, and we don't know what's going to go on with them, what's going to happen, how they'll deal with it, how they'll cope with it, if they'll cope with it. It may be something that takes them in a negative direction to where it causes them, it can be suicidal, they can go on a criminal path themselves, or it can absolutely help a person to deal with, to cope with it and move in a positive manner. We don't know. But what we do know is that adult that does something in that manner to a child definitely knows better and should be held accountable to the utmost. And again, we're not God and we can't judge people. But in my opinion, if you want to make sure that the criminal system and the law and justice is served, it has to be fixed in a manner to where children are protected more. And it starts at home also, not just with the police or not with just the schools or churches or whoever you depend on or whoever's in your village to help you raise your children. It also starts at home. My kids are spoiled. They get away with a lot. I tell my daughters, both of them, we are friends, but I'm your mother first. I want us to talk. I want us to be open, but you have a level of respect that you will speak to me and we will talk and we will communicate with each other. And I do that because, yes, I want them to know that I am going to discipline them if I need to, but I also want them to know that they can tell me anything.
That's it.
Absolutely anything. Whether they're right, whether they're wrong, tell me, and mama is going to have your back no matter what. Now, we may have a problem and have to fix this, and it may even cost us a little bit of trouble. But if we're doing it together, and if we can fix it together and talk about it and get it out in the open, then there's nothing we can't handle. And I truly believe something was going on with her, to where she either was afraid to say something or she said something and it wasn't received. Not saying they didn't hear her. She could have been talking straight directly to them, but they either didn't believe it. They didn't see signs. They were skeptical.
He's not like that.
Yes, exactly. I just think that little girl, I'm sorry, that gentleman, he's not even a gentleman. He's a criminal. What he did was evil. And he deserves to die no matter what age he is. And that's my honest opinion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to tell him like this. You know you done fucked up, right?
He did.
He definitely did.
He absolutely did. It actually had me in tears.
No, for sure. Yeah, he did. He know it.
Absolutely.
The more God gonna get his ass.
Absolutely.
But y'all hear that? We just throwing it out there for everybody just to understand and just take more caution with your kids. Don't think of your love life before you think of your child's well-being. I'm just gonna say that right there.
Absolutely. It makes me want to just say, even I still believe in love, and I still believe that one day I will remarry and meet a gentleman that I would want to fall in love with. But I don't see myself being remarried or getting remarried until my children have grown up and totally somewhat independent. And when I say that, because I want to know my children, and I think I know them very well right now. But if anything changes, if they start to sleep differently, walk differently, breathe differently, I want to know it. I want to be able to identify with it and recognize it and find out why is it different. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be something that is going to cause a problem. But if it's different and it changes, there's a reason why. Maybe they're growing up. Maybe they're maturing. Maybe they're doing whatever. But if it's something negative, I definitely want to know about it. And you don't want to know what I do to someone that messes with my children.
You don't want to know.
Absolutely not.
Don't play no games. Reload.
Absolutely not. Not with mine.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm coming, and I will bite your head off.
If y'all thought y'all saw the movie Taken, you're gonna see a new one down here called Texas. I'm telling you that much.
My first thought too, when we watched The Arraignment and they were reading off his
charges.
Well, no, stipulations.
Oh yes.
And they were telling him he couldn't come in contact with the young lady's family or anybody at this.
And a few of their mutual friends.
My first thought was they should be telling the mother that, because if it was me, I would have to be on house arrest and have an ankle monitor because I'm going after him.
I'm going there.
And I'm not going to stop until I get to him. And I'm not saying get to him to kill him, but get to him in a way to where I want to do damage.
Yes,
I'm not saying I would kill him. I would want to kill him and I would try, but I know that I can't do that and I don't want to do that. But I would definitely beat the hell out of him.
And anybody that got in the way for it, trying to protect
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way that I would be able to roam the city and know, especially if he's out on bond.
And like you said earlier, going back to, we don't know what the family's Phyllis is going to be after this, this death. And one thing that I've noticed with parents is that they don't want to bury their own child. They don't want to bury their kids.
From what I've heard, it's the worst feeling, and the worst thing you can do is bury your own child.
And I believe it.
Absolutely.
I do believe it. And
absolutely. And I'm sure, there's a lot of ways to pass on, but if it's negative or violent, or in a manner to where it makes you grieve in a way to where you want vengeance, or you're so angry, then that is a recipe for disaster. And with a person like me, being that I try so hard to be different and not be an angry person, or not let negativity lead me in a certain direction, my children are my weakness and they're my strength. So if something was to go wrong or to happen to them, I can't promise you that I would still be that level-headed person. And that's just me being honest. I just don't see it. I don't understand. I can't tell you what I would do, but I know this for sure. I'm definitely going to come for you. I'm going to want to, I'm going to try to, and I will need an ankle monitor. I will need security. I will need someone to talk me off that cliff. No, that's not the right thing to do. Let God handle it. Let the police say. I would need that in my life at that moment, because all I would see is anger, vengeance, hurt. And I would want to give him, I'm very revengeful. And when I say competitive, I'm speaking in a competition. But when I feel like I've been done wrong, sometimes that makes me I'm going to get back at you. And I don't do it all the time, and I'm getting better at that. But when you would hurt my children, I know that part of me is coming out.
Yeah,
I know it. And I wouldn't want to be able to have access to him. And if he's out on bond, I have access.
We all do. He better stay in the house.
He better not come out. He better not even come out to check the mail.
Mm-mm. He better be in there on no health conditions, like he said.
Absolutely. Well, I know that his lawyer asked if he could go to work. You should have been at work when you were doing what you were doing to that baby.
Exactly.
Oh my God, they brought to you. Literally, my stomach hurt.
And you caught me off guard because you was like, have you heard this? And I'm like,
it was breaking news here in Houston when it first happened.
I'm like, no, this happened.
It just happened.
So I had to, of course, go to my source and pull it up. And when I pulled it up, it was like, whoa, wait a minute.
And when you pulled up the arraignment, the actual court proceeding, and we listened to the details of her pants down and the things, and it was like, oh my God. It wasn't that she attacked him or she wasn't listening or she was attacking him or it was the fact that he was doing something sexual to her that he should not have been doing.
And there's no telling, like you said, how long it's been going on. So now
he's been there for 5 years.
Now she could have been breaking to where she was ready to start telling that this been going on for so long, and he's trying to shut her up. We don't have the background to it, but I tell you what, I'm going to get it.
It's absolutely disgusting.
I'm going to get it, and do know his first few days in prison, I'm going to send my homeboys over there to it.
Whatever happens to him in prison, I believe he deserves
19 inches of fun. You got to see it.
Oh my God, he deserves it.
Yeah, he going to get it.
He definitely does.
Moving on, because we got some funny shit to tell y'all too.
Absolutely.
But that was our serious moment for the day.
Absolutely. I wanted to get that out there because I wanted to tell and talk to everybody about just the people we bring around our children.
Yes.
Well, let's just protect our children and be more observant and pay attention to signs and red flags and things like that. Not close yourself off to love and relationships and meeting people, but just be a little bit more cautious. I know I am, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Sure. It opened our eyes up.
Absolutely.
So, we got the crow of the day. The crow of the day is the dummy of the day.
Okay.
So, Belleville, Michigan. Let me tell y'all. Belleville, Michigan.
Okay.
That's probably like about 25 miles outside of Detroit, maybe about 15 minutes from the airport, Detroit Metro Airport. So Belleville, Michigan had a nice little incident. Remind you guys, I went to high school and graduated high school in Belleville. That's when my parents wanted to move me out of Detroit because the city was starting to get wild. But the shit that happened in Belleville, I would have expected to happen inside of Detroit, but it didn't. So the crow of the day, that shit sounds so beautiful because that's what she looked like.
A Crow.
Yes. We had an incident go on at a gas station with a lady who's driving one vehicle and another lady who's driving another vehicle. They was meeting up to exchange some baby clothes, it looked like. And there's some exchanging was going on between one of the passengers in the first vehicle. Well, somehow the driver came over to the driver of the car, and they were exchanging words, and the driver in the car got out, and they exchanged a couple more words, and you heard the lady from the second vehicle call her a what? Burnt piece of toast?
Correct.
That's a good ass joke.
First of all, that's corny as hell. It's fucking corny. So whatever somebody says, and you can get called whatever type of name. I mean, I hope at least it's something that really touches you in a manner that is true.
Yes.
If you know you don't look like a fucking burnt piece of toast, why would you just go crazy? Okay.
So she called her that, and the lady who I guess felt like she was a burnt piece of toast decided to spit. Now, once again, we didn't have a discussion about spitting. That's just zero tolerance.
We got COVID. And I don't know about anywhere else in the world, in the United States, or any of them people. But what I know in Texas, Galveston, and Houston, if you spit on someone, that's assault. Not only is it assault, it's all types of bacteria. Your mouth is filthy. And if you put any of your bodily fluids on me without me asking for it, you are out of there. You are out of there. She spit on that lady. Now, again, she could be mad because she called her a burnt piece of toast. It didn't deserve her getting spit on.
She didn't know how to cat back.
Listen, if whatever she knew how to do, it shouldn't have been spitting on people.
For shit show.
That is disgusting. You might as well pee on them like R. Kelly or something.
They better do that either.
Well, for sure. I mean, it's nasty.
Putting body fluids on somebody that doesn't ask for it. So, of course, the lady from the second vehicle decided that she's going to whoop that ass. So they locked up, they tussling a little bit, and then you get the passenger out the car. We didn't even know it was a passenger who decides to come around and try to help break the scuffle up. They get the driver back into the car. The lady's walking back to her vehicle. The passenger who actually got out to come help was walking in front of the vehicle. Now, if y'all hear me tell y'all in front of the vehicle, you know where this shit finna go. Walking in front of the vehicle, the lady decided to skirt off. Poof. She didn't run her over, but she bumped her ass out the way. Right?
Indeed.
It bumped her out the way, and then another young lady who was actually getting the clothes from the other vehicle, child, 7-month-old, was in that vehicle while this woman's finna go irate. So she bumped the young lady out the way. She's turning around. She hit the curve, went up the curve, poof, poof. And it was a vehicle that she had to get around before she got to the other person's vehicle that she decided that she was going to move that fucker out the way.
She tried to go around it, but it was in her way.
Yeah, it was in the way.
She hit it like a what do you call it? Bumper car.
Yes, and she bumped it good. So she bumped it, boom.
But she got driving skills because she never stopped. She kept going.
That girl threw that car in reverse. Now that reminds me, the lady's baby in the car. She's trying to get her child out. She don't know what the hell is going on with you.
On the window.
Stop, screaming. My baby. Let me get my baby. The woman put it in reverse. She goes around that vehicle and decides to hit the lady vehicle who whooped her ass.
That she spit on.
Yeah, that she spit on. She decides to bump her car.
Not bump it. She rammed her shit.
Yeah, she moved her shit over to the pump.
I'm surprised none of the gas came out.
Exactly. So it was 3 people, 3 males with they silly asses. They gonna get the crow too. Because you guys got to understand, when you videoing and you trying to be, that witness, you better keep your ass to a distance.
Indeed.
Because
I think they were actually going over after she hit the car the first time.
Yes.
They were going over to check, and they didn't realize she was going to go in reverse to go around to drive again. And she made that fucking circle
clean
on 2 wheels.
Clean.
You'd have thought she was driving Inspector Gadget car the way she turned and just rammed it. And then, the little in between the pumps.
With the flowers and the trash can.
The little pump thing where you just decorate. It was a plant. The trash, the water where you clean your window. She ran over all of that. And the dude that was videoing, he leaped over That whole gas thing and the whole water thing and the plant, like he was running hurdles in the Olympics. And I'm not saying he shouldn't have. I'm just amazed that he was videoing and he did it that quickly.
Yeah, thinking that fast on his feet. That shit was crazy.
And not only, wait, we're not done.
Oh no, it gets even more better.
So after she incapacitated her car.
Yeah, because she did it. She totaled that thing.
The car stopped and said, "That's it, I'm done." She proceeds. Once she also let the young lady get her daughter out, the 7-month-old. She got the daughter out, and as she's taking her inside and they're calling the police, she goes in her trunk. Now, stop.
Pop the trunk.
Here in Texas, I don't know anybody out there in the world in La La Land and in the world of the United States of America and all this. But if you go to your trunk and pop it, your first thought is
they getting a gun.
Getting a gun.
Period.
Now, I don't know about anybody else once again, but I scatter like a roach. You know how you turn the lights on and the roaches go, me. I would not have stuck around to even find out if it was a gun or whatever it was. See, that was the other thing. Those people, even the people videoing with the phones.
I said
witnesses, bystanders. The popos were not there yet. They watched her go in her car, her trunk, and pull out a bat. Now, thank God she didn't have a gun.
Yes.
But she pulled out a bat.
Metal one.
And when I say she went Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds,
what's the Mark McGuire,
all those
Beirut.
Yeah, she binged her car, and it was about a good 3 to 4 times.
Yes, but she hit that driver's side part of the front windshield. So when you hit it like that, that's glass directly coming.
The shears.
Yes,
absolutely. I've had a car wreck before, and I understand what you're talking about. That was the most amazing part is that they stood around and they waited to see what she was going to do. What if she would have pulled out a bomb?
It would be too late to run.
The whole gas station and your whole block of
that whole Belleville, Michigan would have been
done.
Leoville.
It would have been out of there. And they watched her. Now, remember that this all started, why? Because she called her a burnt piece of toast.
Yeah.
So, where is, as an adult, I know everybody knows me, knows that I am a goofball. I love to have fun. I can be a little over the edge. But when it comes to mental stability, you may think I'm crazy because of some of the things I do in general. I have fun to say, even on this show. You may be like, Regina is crazy as hell. Possibly. But I'm not crazy enough to, beat up someone because they told me I look like a burnt piece of toast. You know how many names I've been called up throughout my life? And if I would have beat up, attacked, or slapped anybody that made fun of me, first of all, I wouldn't be here right now. Mm-hmm. Second of all, if I would have done something to someone as minor and as petty as calling me a burnt piece of toast. She almost killed a 7-month-old. She almost killed 6 to 8 different people that were scattering around that gas station parking lot.
Trying to get the hell out of her way.
She could have killed everyone within the vicinity if when she hit the gas pump, if it would have just went boom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was no thought process in anything that she did at the moment that started. From the moment she got out of her car, it was hell to pay. Hell to pay.
Hell.
And then she beats. You don't go in. Why would they even let her go in the car? They should have tackled her ass.
But they put her back in there to try to break the situation up. Not thinking where? In the car. So they
no. I'm talking about when she got out to get the bat. Why didn't they tackle her?
Oh yeah.
They let her go in her trunk to get anything, a weapon. She could have just pulled out a machine gun, an AK, and just blasted everybody standing there. Because she's already crazy. You just saw how crazy she was driving around with the baby and running over speed bumps.
So she pops the trunk, and everybody.
And you stood there and you watched. Listen. I am that person. My mother used to warn me, stay away from this. This is going to happen. You're always in the wrong place at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. Innocent bystanders, they get in trouble. truly believe that, and I'm not saying that I was lucky or I knew where I was lucky.
For sure.
But it wasn't that I knew exactly what was going to happen. I couldn't tell the future. But what I knew was I'm not going to get on the front line and be in the, you know what they say? You know what? I'm going to say this. The coward lives to tell the story.
My grandma, that's one of my grandma's main quotes right
I'm going to, because I like when people tell me that.
Yeah.
You go here and you want to say, I'm going to be the hero. And it's always good to be a hero. It's always good to be a leader. It's always good to do the right thing. But a coward can live to tell the story. And in this situation, I would have been a coward.
Yeah.
Yes, I would have tried to diffuse it and help when the opportunity was right.
I'd have been in that gas station.
But
if not left, I would have been inside that fucking gas station. Inside.
Listen.
Literally. If I was not pulling out of there, and this was right off the freeway.
And I'm surprised no one there, and I'm not saying they should have had a gun, but I'm surprised that it wasn't one in that situation, what they've said as far as what's on the video.
As much shit we have going on in the world, that is shocking. But anybody that's been around in the 90s know when somebody go pop the trunk, what the fuck they was getting.
In the 90s, in the now.
No, they riding with it on their lap now.
Absolutely.
But, then.
Pistol grip pump.
Yeah, pop the trunk. The hell you standing around about to watch?
It's
free
crazy.
fall.
It's crazy. And I definitely can't believe the extreme that he went to. She ultimately ended up with like 6 felonies.
I was about to say, so of course I go finds her arraignment as well. She's trying to, cover the story up, act like she just had a moment. But she's facing 6 counts.
6.
4 of them being felonies.
She's got to do at least 30 to 35 years. They read off the years that if she's convicted, which ultimately I think she will be, because you have high definition cameras. Yes. And they have it all on video, and you see that, yes, that woman spit on her, but she didn't have to. After the fight was over, if you wanted to continue to fight her, if she beat you up or whatever you were,
reach around too.
Come on, let's do this one more again. Let's go over here in the grass. Let's knuckle up. Let's fight. Let's put our hands up. You don't take your car. First of all, you tore up your own shit.
Who finna pay for that?
Who does that?
Who is really finna pay for that? You can't even call the insurance people and tell them that you did the dumb shit that you just did.
How do you even explain that? I had an accident. What happened? I tried to run over somebody.
Why? Because she called me a burnt piece of toast. Like, what the fuck? That's why I said that's a crow for the day. That's a dum-dum.
I don't understand it. And I do some extreme and crazy things, but I would never do anything like that.
And then you have a child here, and I was just wondering, and the child was not in the car seat. I don't give a damn what anybody say. How fast that woman got her out that car.
I think she had to be in a car seat, because all that driving and spinning and bumps, she would have flown all around that car. And the way she got her out, she opened the door.
Oh yeah,
she leaned over and she did something, and then I think she was in a car seat.
Okay, I hope so.
I really believe so. She was in it, because that was one of the things that they were talking about in court. Yeah. Like her in a car seat and things like that. And she actually rode there with that person. She never got the kid out of the car until the incident happened. And she was beating on the window as she's trying to stop the car. My baby's in there. My baby's in there.
And then once again, you have somebody who's trying to get the light bulb in your brain to click that you're about to do something stupid. You're not even listening to the light bulb that was going off on you.
Baby.
Then
I don't get it.
It would have been bold for that woman to whoop her ass after you just ran around like this with my baby in the car. I'd have beat your ass up for that. So you done got 2 ass whoopings and went to jail.
Baby, I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, she deserves a whole bunch of punishments just for
sure.
With the children, or not children, but the child in the back of the car.
And then you tore up 2 vehicles. 2 vehicles. Include yours. Plus 1.
And the property. At the gas station, you know those people gonna sue her ass.
You know them. You know it.
They gonna sue her.
Habib is getting her ass.
They gonna sue her ass. She gonna have to work at that gas station to pay that shit off.
Oh no, she gonna be out there raking the grass out there.
I believe, yes, because she's gonna be in jail
in Jackson, Michigan. That's
I don't know where your jails are, but she's gonna be in one of those cells.
Oh, definitely. C Block 4 DD.
I hope it actually gets on her conscience.
Yes.
I hope that it actually makes her reevaluate any process that any time that she thinks she's going to go berserk like that. And I don't mean berserk in that same manner to where it's that extreme, but anything where you lose control like that.
She got to turn her black belt in. As soon as she get out, she need to bring us the leather black belt so she get to put on her ass.
We don't have people in black belt world in karate.
Yes, please don't. I hope you guys, this is once again, it's just one of the stories that we share with y'all just on how humans are thinking in this time that we're living in. Like,
absolutely.
Where's the, hey, you about to do something wrong. But I'll tell you another funny thing, because this one was a little while back. This one was actually in Detroit.
Okay.
Up in the D, deep down in the D, around the corner from Sue.
Okay.
We had a young lady who was at a cowboy type of.
This was not funny. She's
for sure.
Stupid too.
Yeah. What do you call it when they have a gathering cowboy facility? Festival where she was dressed like a cowgirl.
A rodeo?
Boots. Well, when a rodeo, but it was at a club. They actually had a theme for that night.
All right.
So
costume party.
Yes. So supposedly an incident happened at that particular place to where her and the person in another vehicle, I don't know who was following who. Of course, once again, the coward lives to tell the story. And they had no cowards pop out to tell the story yet. So we're only going to go off of what we've seen from the HD cameras that's at these gas stations and on these corners. Y'all better pay attention to them. They say them high definitions and them shits work 99.9999999%. So clear as day, they see your fucking face like they standing up close to you taking a picture. So your license plate, your car, all that shit is being on scene while y'all out here trying to be criminals gone dumb.
Criminals gone dumb.
So the incident happened. Her brother gets out. They're exchanging words with another vehicle that pulled up in front of them. Well, in the midst of it, she decides to reach in the glove box and grab the pistol. Now, the brother tried to stop her from grabbing the pistol. She's like, watch out. So she puts it on her little thigh keeper, little thigh holster. She puts it on her thigh holster, and then her and her brother walk over to the vehicle. 2 other people had popped out like fucking Jack in the Box. I don't know where they came from, but you obviously can tell that they was with the group that was in the vehicle that the brother and sister was walking up on. They walk up on the vehicle, they exchanging words with them, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the dude punched the brother, dropped his ass.
Knocked him out.
Boom. The sister pulls the pistol out and try to blow the dude's head off. She missed him. Boom.
She turns to the car. The
car trying to get the hell out of here now.
Almost run over her brother when he got knocked out.
Literally. He laid on the ground under the vehicle. Like his ass was like, let's say his head was in between the driver door and the passenger back door. Right in between where, the pretty much where the handle is on the passenger door. His head was on the ground right about there. Now remind you, this car's trying to get the hell on. This woman just busted a shot. She looks over and see her brother on the ground and he's about to get smashed. She decides to put 3 into the vehicle. Boom,
she
boom,
shoots the driver,
boom.
the passenger, and then turns to shoot at the guy that knocked out her brother again.
Yeah, she turned
and he tackled her ass.
Exactly.
He tackled her like Julius Seau or Troy Polamalu. He knocked her damn feet up in the air and her ass a flip.
And that's so crazy because she still left the scene. They had to put a warrant out for her.
Absolutely.
So it's so crazy that he had just did that and didn't even hold her ass down till the police got there. But once again, the police ain't coming to every criminal incident. Trust and believe.
Not in that area.
And definitely when you're talking about shooting, them police are not going to pull up unless they were already on the scene right before the shots were fired. No, they're not going to pull up. So she ended up leaving the scene. Her brother ended up getting his ass off that ground. You remember when what's his name got knocked out? Get up, Craig. Get up.
Oh, Red. You got knocked the fuck out.
Look, he was up underneath that vehicle so bold, I felt bad for him.
My pops want me to ask for my bike back.
But it gets serious because once they got her and got the gun back, once the police got her and the firearm, she had just committed a robbery on 2 sisters earlier that day with that firearm.
Robbed them.
2 sisters. You guys have to understand why y'all carrying a firearm. Is it for your protection or is it for you to go knock somebody who's not protecting themselves off?
Now, wait, I want to add this.
Of course.
When she got arrested, her defense attorney blamed her going to the Wild Wild West
party. Yes.
Costume party and said she was in that mentality and she was just trying to defend herself. Excuse me, first of all, I could go anywhere, do anything, but that doesn't mean when I come out of that atmosphere.
That's what I am now.
That's how I am. That's how I'm going to lead my life. That's what I'm going to let dictate me, especially if it's negative and evil. I'm not going to just go along with it. You go to hell for shit like that. You get in trouble for stuff like that. Her and the things that she did prior to going to that party had nothing to do with it. It was all about her choices, her attitude, and the mentality.
Big bad wolf.
I'm not saying she's a product of her environment because I don't know where she's from. I don't know anything about that young lady.
And
but what I saw on that video,
she's not from that environment. She
is a hoodlum. She is a gangster, and she solves her problem by shooting at people. You don't even curse them out. Sometimes people can be aggressive with their words. Sometimes you can be belligerent with your words, and that can hurt like a bullet or hurt just as much pain. Absolutely. But you don't pick up a gun. And yes, her brother was knocked out. He was punched. You should have punched their ass back.
Exactly. Or y'all should have never really got out the vehicle. Anyway,
he wasn't in the vehicle. He ran up to her. Like, remember, he ran up with it in his pants. He was on the outside of the car, and she was the one that got out. She was sitting on the side. They pulled up. She got up. The other guy got her out of the driver's seat and walked around.
They tried to stop her from taking that fucking gun out the glove box.
Absolutely, she didn't listen.
Once again, light bulb going off. Ding ding, ding ding.
She pulled it out. They have all of this on video. They showed the video.
Yeah, we looking at this shit like a movie. It was a movie. It was literally a clip. What the fuck is going on? I said
it was the same thought and the same mentality when I saw Will Smith slap the shit out of Chris Rock.
Girl, you stupid.
No, I'm serious. It was in disbelief. I was like, is this real?
For sure.
Is this real? It can't be real. The ways that, and listen, women, I do believe we can do anything that men do. I believe that if we try and we do certain things, put our minds to it, we can accomplish anything.
Yes, for sure.
The way that she pulled out that gun, the way that she took aim was just like another dude. It was like
a fucking ghetto dude who don't know nothing about holding a firearm.
A gangster. Yeah. She picked it up in one hand, sideways, and just started blasting. No training, no concealed handgun license, no type of, I need to learn to defend myself, so I'm going to do it properly. It was whoever she was with.
I'm going to protect her.
Let's just shoot at each other. Or not each other, but let's go out here and just shoot. And then you just hold the gun. And then we're going to go to this party. I'm sure they were at this party. And I'm not saying they went to this party with real guns. But they had guns and they were holding them and taking pictures in that same exact way. There was nothing about what she did said.
Do this right here.
Well, they deserve to be shot at.
Yeah, you shot a passenger in the vehicle who had shit to do with the issue. I'm sure that person not even driving this vehicle. So if y'all have a little bit of road rage, he just sitting there
listening in the middle of a conversation, and he got shot, almost died. She got attempted murder.
Oh no, yeah, because of course I'm going to go find her arraignment, and then when I brought it up, I had to literally ask my sister, what the fuck is this judge saying? Because when he got the saying concurrent,
means back-to-back sentencing or years. She go to jail for 2 years. When it's time to get out, she not getting out because concurrently her next sentence for the next charge is going to start right there. She'll never see the light of day. And I think they gave
30, 40, yeah.
It was like 45 to 50 years.
Yeah, I think she's going to be close to 60 years old.
Absolutely. She was only 20 years old. Get out of here. Get out of here. I just don't understand it. And I'm not saying that people don't go through things, but to be in a manner to where you're just that aggressive and violent and hostile, and then you say I did it because I was trying to protect myself. There's a limit. There's empathy.
I was afraid for my life.
But compassion. Yeah. If you have no compassion, you'll shoot
you out of there
every time to kill. If I want to protect myself, and I mean, if I want to protect myself in the manner to where they're after me with a knife, a gun, and they're literally charging me, yes, I'm going to shoot, and I'm not going to shoot to necessarily kill you, but I'm going to shoot you to back you up and drop you from coming forward. Now, if it's a situation to where it's an altercation, I'm not going to shoot to kill you. I'm going to blow your leg off because you can't run if you don't have but one leg.
Exactly.
I don't want to kill anyone.
Unless you drew down to where my life or the person I'm with life is actually in danger.
We're pointing guns at each other.
Guns are being pointed. And now it's like, okay, well, fuck, I can't take the second chance of you maybe shooting me over here in my head and I shoot you in your arm. No, then it's different. But to be the only person in the situation with a firearm, you have to really think about the caution of what you think.
Yes. If you're the only one there with a gun, there's no way you should kill anyone.
You almost got your brother head rolled over. Like literally because you fired that gun at that guy took off in that car, not knowing that your brother was
almost got
under.
Your brother killed.
Yeah, you. That's fucking crazy.
I don't understand it. I just don't.
I know we in a pandemic, you guys, but damn, some of y'all need to actually pray before y'all actually walk out the door of y'all house. Because y'all need it, Lord. They need it.
Oh, we need it. I need it.
Yes, we all do. We all do.
Every day. And it amazes me at all the violence and all the stuff it's extreme right now.
It is.
It's really extreme. And I don't know if it'll ever get better. It was like, okay, we were in a pandemic. People are coming out and they're just hostile just because they have attitudes. We were, going through hard times.
A lot of families broke apart because of the pandemic.
Divorce, from what they said, and we learned that divorce is up. Domestic violence, things like that, because you're living in the house and you're tired of looking at each other.
Yeah,
understandable.
Real
it's understandable, but you don't. I don't think you shouldn't ever come out and bring that out and just
that energy.
Just throw your wrath out on people. She robbed 2 girls. She actually pulled a gun or did something
to somebody else. And this was so funny. When that judge asked her, did she have anything to say? She said, I'm sorry for the 2 people I robbed, but I ain't got nothing to say about the people I shot. You fucking kidding me?
Well, I can understand why she said it. And
nonchalant is what I'm just feeling along.
Well, because if you don't think you did anything wrong, then you're not going to have any type of sensitivity to it.
Understood.
Empathy or compassion.
Understood.
If you tell me I stole something from you and I said, I didn't steal nothing from you, you're going to say you didn't even care.
Yeah.
I'm telling, well, no, I don't care because I didn't do it. She felt like she was protecting her brother. Understandable. You protect him or you want to defend him. All of that. So if she felt like that,
then
it's nothing to say, nothing to compromise. I'm not even gonna admit to guilt. I have nothing to say about anything else because I don't want to have an admission of guilt, and I also feel like I wasn't guilty in the first place. What I was guilty of was robbing 2 people when I shouldn't have. You get that's.
I like how you broke that down.
And that's just because of her demeanor.
Yes.
Her actions that led up to it, watching the video, seeing what happened. She didn't think she did anything wrong by shooting those people because they, 1, knocked out her brother, and 2, almost ran him over. She wanted to defend him, and she felt like she did. So she's not apologetic for it.
No.
It's just like people when they get convicted of a crime, and they at their sentencing, I didn't do it. I can't say I'm sorry for something I didn't do. That is her mindset.
That's her mind. Those wasn't her words. Just
those
I watched the videos.
Words. That was her mindset.
That was her mind. You are absolutely right. That's how she came out, and that's how.
Yes.
To me, it portrayed her that she was acting like the fuck. You don't even care.
No, you can't.
You shot 2 innocent people.
That she didn't see it as innocent.
You didn't see it as that.
If somebody, the young lady, and I'm gonna give a brief story. You told me about your friend. You said that some young lady hit him from the back and then tried to take off, and friend chased her and was chasing around because she wouldn't stop, like a hit and run.
Mm-hmm.
And they were driving crazy. And when your friend cut her off to get the insurance, he was like yelling at her this and realized she was pregnant. Now, whatever happened, I wasn't there, you weren't there. We just know what they told us. What if something would have happened to the baby, but it wasn't your intentions? So you can say, I'm sorry, or he can say, I'm sorry for chasing her the way I did. I should have just called the police, but I had nothing to do with the baby dying. She was the one driving and wouldn't stop the car. That's her mentality.
Yes.
You understand what I mean?
Oh yeah, I like how you broke that down.
And that's how she seemed to be acting. And we learned some of this stuff at school and
of course.
in certain different study sessions and readings and
been
things like that.
experiencing life.
Absolutely. And in general, she had no empathy for those people she shot because of what they did to her brother. On any level, he was disrespected, he was knocked out, he wasn't shot. But to her, that was the same level. So what you do to him or me, I'm just going to blow your head off. And that's exactly what she did. That's what the video showed me. And then her attitude. She cried, of course, but you never know if is she crying because she got caught, or is she
tears?
Yes, or is she truly crying because she felt sorry? She didn't feel sorry because she didn't apologize.
Exactly. There you go. There you go. Ooh wee. I like that shit, boy. Ooh wee. All right, so we're gonna nail it down a little bit. I don't want to keep y'all too long. Some of y'all got some computers to be punching on this good day on Monday, so we're not gonna hold y'all up too much. But we definitely want to throw out there July 9th. If y'all ain't nowhere in the United States, I mean, if you are anywhere in the United States,
I thought you were gonna say Georgia, the state.
Yeah, if you're anywhere in the United States, your ass need to be in Atlanta. Deuce up, A down.
Absolutely.
We got the Gold Bar, Marcel's
Lansby
event, and I heard the shit be lit.
I heard he giving a lot of money.
I heard the shit be lit, and I heard he giving away some of that old jewelry pieces too.
Absolutely, and he gives rings for first, second, and third place.
Oh,
it's not like first place division or grand champion. From what I understand, and I'll get more details if I need to, but I believe it's first, second, and third place get rings, and that's pretty nice. That means you put some money in there. And I'm not saying money as far as the rings are expensive and diamonds or anything, but you took the time to give that to first, second, and third of each division.
Exactly. Instead of going a ring, a plaque,
or a medal,
get medals. Yeah.
Something like that.
You are absolutely right. I like that.
I absolutely like it too. And he took the time, and he's giving back.
Yes.
I always like Murphy. I've known him forever.
Yes.
That's my man, my brother.
For sure.
He's a good guy, and you guys better support him.
July 9th.
If I can be out there and get there, that's after a U.S. Open.
Yeah, we're gonna be around, y'all. Don't worry.
Yes,
and it is sponsored by the CTE Internet Work.
Absolutely. And let me say this: I also know that Bailey.
Who?
Bailey Murphy.
Bailey who?
Bailey Murphy.
No.
He is doing a seminar on that Saturday morning before his tournament, and I believe it starts at about 7 to 8 o'clock. But if you are there and you want to
young children
get some tight techniques and information and game plans and things, especially you can learn right there and use it at the tournament.
I'm telling you.
Please sign up for this seminar support it.
If you're not in Atlanta, pull your laptop out. I'm sure Marcel and them have the Zoom thing set up for you guys to be able to still be a part of it. Bailey Murphy is one of the top 5 fighters of our time right now, of the world.
Absolutely.
The opportunity is there for your child to succeed or get over a little hump that they probably stuck on, or even just excel a little higher than what they at. This is the time. This is the time. And you guys got one of the best fighters to be able to gain some knowledge from. I may even have
then test your techniques at a high level, high skilled event, and then come out satisfied with your performance. Everybody's process is different. So as long as you do something differently and use the things that you've learned attending this seminar, I think you'll be fine.
Y'all better not miss that.
Better not.
Bailey Murphy, July 9th.
You better not.
Atlanta, Georgia, 7:30.
ATL.
That's AM. That's not even in the PM. So we really gonna see who gonna sacrifice to be up that morning. Parents, we're not talking about y'all. Y'all can drop your kid off and go lay your ass back down into the
You're just the sponsors. You're not the competitors and the spectators.
Yes. So I definitely expect to see a big group with that. I can't wait to see. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for Marcel and the event. It's going to be a good, interesting one right here.
Absolutely. That's my brother.
Yeah, it is.
Good luck, brother. And I hope to be there to support you. And I will definitely see you soon. Good luck.
Of course. You know it.
Good luck.
My quote, I'm not even going to pull anything from the Rebs Bible today. Because the world's not really listening. So I'm going to give you guys a good quote. Do unto others as you want done upon you. Do unto others as you want done upon you. So I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to leave your ass with that right there. That means you guys out here wanting to portray to be nice or portray to be helping, and then wonder why your ass not getting no help or getting a scratch on the back, is because you're not doing it for the right reasons. So be prepared for what God has in store for you.
Absolutely.
You got any quotes?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, give us one, birthday girl.
Moments become memories, and people become lessons. That's life.
Ooh.
Life is not the problem. I'm sorry. Life is not a problem to be solved. It's a reality to be accepted.
Ooh, deep.
That's it.
Deep.
I'm done with that one.
That's deep.
I'm gonna leave it with
that. Big shout out to our sponsors.
Actually, one last thing.
Of course.
Next week, we're gonna have Black Rob on the show.
Oh yes,
Robbie Lavoie, because he has that MMA fight coming up. We want to get some background and we want to welcome him to the show and give him some love and some support. So stay tuned for that one next week. We'll be ready for him to come out and we'll have some good questions. That's going to be Lump's interview. I interviewed the last person. It's on him. I'm going to be a co-signer.
You know, I definitely got a lot of questions for Robbie, of
Absolutely.
course.
I got it. Absolutely. Black Rob, can't wait to see you, brother. You,
yeah, it'll be exciting. We definitely, you know, he got picked up by the Karate Combat. So we definitely want to get his input and his insight on what that's like for him and what he's doing to get prepared for it.
Absolutely. Now hurry up and end this show because we're missing the basketball game.
Shout out to our sponsors, Virtual Fight Tour, CTE, Trav, Martial Arts Internetwork, Inside the Scoop.
All y'all people, we love you.
Chicks Flicks and Netflix and Kicks. No, I'm just playing. The movies and karate things.
Hey.
And big shout out to you too, sis.
Already, I love you, brother.
I love you too. Big shout out to you guys for listening. Make sure y'all liking and subscribing. We'll see you guys next week. Be safe.
Press the subscribe button. I can't get it out. Please.
Be safe. We out of here. This is the week. Raw, the Lump, and the Mimi show.
You got me. You little ding-a-ling. Oh my God. I knew it was coming.
We out of here, y'all. Holla at us.